Hello everyone, this is part 15 of What If Naruto Was Reborn as Kyuubi, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe, it gives me more motivation. Enjoy. Another mission. Shizune stood by Tsunade as the Hokage was planning for another mission with Naruto, but he just got back. Maybe you should give this mission to someone else. Jugo was kind enough to give us information on Sasuke. Everything he told us was more than enough reason for me to give this mission to Naruto. Tsunade said, besides, Naruto would want to go anyways. But Tsunade-sama, ever since Naruto returned to the village after his 3-year absence, he's been getting mission after mission. Shizune hoped that she may give Naruto at least a few days to take a break. I'm sorry, but time is essential right now. Tsunade answered. She took a sheet of paper that had a list on it. Take this. These are the people assigned to this mission. I want you to go out and find them. I've already briefed half of them, so for the ones whose names are crossed in red, you don't need to trouble them. Hi. Shizune left the office to go out and search for the people whose names were on the list. I never saw that coming. Naruto said as he and Hinata left the academy. Iruka-sensei finally became a Junin. This explained why the two didn't see Iruka at the academy. Instead, they were greeted by a completely different Chunin who told the two of Iruka becoming a Junin during the time Naruto was gone for his 3-year training. Man, I was really hoping to see him. I wanted him to treat me to some ramen. You can ask him when he gets back. Hinata said, I'm sure he'll want to see you. I just hope he'll be alright. Naruto said. Naruto. Naruto and Hinata looked back and saw Shikamaru approaching them. What's up? Shizune asked me to find you. Shikamaru answered, we're needed at the Hokage Tower. We're gonna be meeting with Sakura and Sai too. A mission? Naruto asked. Seems like it. I'll be right there. Go on without me. Naruto watched as Shikamaru left the two and made his way back to Tsunade's office. I guess I'll see you afterwards. Okay. Hinata smiled. Naruto gave Hinata a small K to the lips. Bye. He then dashed off to head to the Hokage Tower, or meet up with Shikamaru. Whichever one was quicker. How much further? Sugetsu asked. My feet are K-me. If we still had Jugo and his tracking skills, we would have been there by now. Sasuke said. What tracking skills? All he could do was talk to birds. Sugetsu said. Who knows the map of the world better than anyone? Birds. Karen said. Jugo can talk to birds, birds know where places are. Simply put, Jugo can track. Don't try to suck up to me, Karen. Sasuke said bluntly, the least you could have done was help me save Jugo. I'm assigning you all to this S-rank mission. Tsunade said. She stood before Naruto, Sakura, Sai, Shikamaru, and Yamato. Jugo gave us information on Sasuke, allowing us to determine where he may be. This will be your chance to find him and bring him back to Konoha. Is it that necessary to bring this many for the mission? Sakura asked. This is only half. Tsunade said, you will be joined with Hinata, Ino, Neji, Shino, and Kakashi. I already briefed them on their mission, so they'll be waiting for you in 1 hour. Wait, don't let Hinata join this mission. Naruto suddenly blurted out. He was met with stares from his everyone, all of them were looking at him with a confused look. Concerned foe Hinata. Naruto really has matured into a caring gentleman. Tsunade smiled, as much as I admire your concern, I can't. Hinata requested to join this mission after hearing about it. But, we can discuss this after I explain the mission. Tsunade interrupted, seeing that the mission assignment was more important than Naruto's personal issues. From what Jugo has willingly told us, Sasuke and his team are going to another one of Orochimaru's hideouts. Sasuke is searching for information on Itachi's possible whereabouts and has resorted to raiding every hideout for information. Where is this hideout located? Shikamaru asked. The country is up north, east of the rice field country. Tsunade answered, it's not far from the wave country. That's all we need to know. Yamato said, meet at the gates in 1 hour. Hi. The team left the office, but only Naruto stayed behind. Bar-chan, I'm serious, don't let Hinata go. Naruto requested. I'm not going to withdraw Hinata from this mission after she asked me to be put into it. Tsunade said, why do you not want her to go? What's there for her to fear? She knows about the Kyuubi, isn't that enough? There's more now. Naruto said, when I fought Jugo, something happened to me. Something different. Different. I transformed into the most powerful form possible, but I was in complete control. Naruto said, I'm not sure how to explain it. You worried about what would happen if Hinata saw this change? Tsunade asked. Yeah, I almost killed her when she saw my transformation the first time. Naruto couldn't remember what happened on that day in Suna, but he remembered the extreme amount of damage Hinata endured. All because of him. I don't know how she'll handle it now. Well, I'm sorry Naruto. Hinata is going on this mission with you. You'll have to trust her strength. Tsunade said, while you are gone, I'm going to work on the cure for Jugo. If you manage to bring Sasuke back, I'll be sure to have the cure ready for him too. Now get going, I'm sure you'd want to eat something before you have to leave. Neji sat up on the bed with no clothes. All he had was a blanket covering his lower body. He looked down to his left side and saw Tenten resting comfortably next to him. Her hair spread around her pillow, making it seem like she was in the air and the wind made her hair dance. You really know how to please a girl. Tenten giggled. Remember, we're keeping this a secret. Neji reminded her. Yeah, I know. Tenten smiled, if the question comes up, I don't know you, you don't know me. Neji simply grinned at this. Tenten was always the one who was able to make him smile, even if it wasn't noticeable. I better go now. My mission starts soon. I'll be waiting. Tenten said. Of course you will. Neji leaned in and kissed her on the forehead as he left the bed to get to his clothes. Who else would you wait for? Hinata was walking down the street, making her way to the gate. It was now time for her mission to start and she wanted to get there on time. As she was turning at a corner, she saw Naruto. Naruto-kun. Hinata put on a smile, are you ready? Why did you do it? Naruto asked, showing no smile, just a serious face. Why did you ask to be put on this mission? Hinata paused. She didn't think Naruto would respond like this. She had hoped he would simply see the fact they would be together for a mission. I thought that. This isn't going to be an easy mission. People can S in this one. Sasuke won't be merciful. Naruto said, strongly. I can't let you do this. I want you to stay here. Hinata was understanding of Naruto's worry for her, but she didn't want him to face this without her to help. No. I'm going. But Hinata, I chose to join this mission because I want to help you. You were the reason why I wanted to become stronger. I wanted you to see how much stronger I've been since you left. Hinata slowly began to form tears in her eyes. I want to show you that my training was worth the years I spent waiting for you to come home. Naruto didn't really expect an answer like that. He actually had an answer prepared if she said she wanted to join only to be with Naruto. Alright. Hinata smiled with delight. But if I ever tell you to run, you have to do it, okay? Naruto asked, since I'm the prime target in the group, anyone around me will get hurt. Okay, I'll do it. Hinata nodded. Orochimaru walked down the halls of his hideout. Unknown to the people that were to soon come to the very hideout that he was defeated by Sasuke, the snake Sannin took refuge there. He made his way to a door that had steam coming from the opening under the door. When he reached for the handle to open the door, his skin sizzled from intense heat, but this caused him to merely grin. He opened the door and saw Nikito standing in the middle of the room with puddles of lava everywhere. Come on now, Nikito. Orochimaru smiled, time to get moving. Nikito groaned in disgust, which was noticed by Orochimaru. Do you have a complaint? No, none at all. Nikito answered. Then let's go. The smile on the snake Sannin's face dropped to a disappointing expression. The team was now setting up camp for the coming night. It wasn't that much farther until they would soon arrive at the hideout. Each member went out to collect necessary supplies to help them last for the night. Naruto and Hinata were the first to make it to the camp. Seeing that the others haven't arrived after a good 5 minutes, the two decided to set up a fire. Hinata later went to her tent to go get a blanket for them to share while they sat by the fire and waited for the others. With Hinata going to the tent, Naruto was deep in thought for a specific question that was in his mind. There was something he wanted to tell her, but didn't know how to say it. Hinata came out of the tent in a matter of seconds and noticed the look on Naruto's face. Naruto-kun, are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine. Naruto hesitated. When his eyes met with hers, a sudden feeling came into his mind. He now realized, he didn't need to think of any fancy way to say what he needed to say. If she really cares about him, she'll accept anything. Hinata, there's something I want to ask you. Ask me. Hinata suddenly blushed brightly like her younger self used to do. Well. He realized that he was back to thinking of a good way to ask. Oh, the hell with it. Hinata, move in with me. What? Hinata blushed brighter. Did she just hear him right? When this mission is over, when we go back home, move in with me. Naruto said. Just take your stuff and bring them to my apartment. But, I don't know. My father wouldn't approve of it. Hinata said. Then let me talk to him. Naruto offered. He held Hinata's shoulders with his hands. Hinata, I love you. Hinata was now close to coming to tears. She had just heard Naruto say that he loved her. This is the choice I made. Naruto smiled. Now, what about you? Do you want to live with me? Hinata smiled brightly. She just couldn't refuse. Yes, I do. I knew you would. He kissed Hinata deeply, holding her in his arms. Hinata wrapped her own arms around him. This was yet another checkpoint in their life. They finally found feelings for each other, they found love, and now they were soon to be together forever. From the distance, Shikamaru was coming to the campsite when he saw Sakura and Ino standing behind bushes. What's up with you two? Shush. Ino pressed her index finger to her O-shaped lips as she looked at Shikamaru. Look over there, she whispered. Shikamaru kneeled by the two and looked ahead. At the campsite, Naruto and Hinata were in each other's embrace in front of the campfire. This is so romantic. Sakura smiled. How the hell did that Baka find love before me? Shanaro. What's going on here? Sai walked up to the three. He didn't really need an answer when he saw what they were looking at. Does Naruto approve of you three spying on him like that? We're not spying. Ino blushed brightly, we just didn't want to ruin their love moment. Sai looked at Naruto and Hinata with a look of curiosity. I wish I could have that kind of feeling someday. Orochimaru and Nikito arrived at one of Orochimaru's chambers that had many laboratory equipment. There were many containers with unknown liquids inside and some animals contained in small to large jars. Nikito simply looked at this in disgust. It wasn't that he didn't like the collection, after all, he had a trophy collection of heads that were of famous or powerful shinobi. What he didn't like was that Orochimaru used this collection for experiments and not for mere collection. It seems that we will soon have some visitors. Orochimaru said, I want you to go out and deal with them. And why can't you do it instead? Nikito asked, it's your problem after all, this has nothing to do with me. Enough of this Nikito, it's time to go out and strike. Orochimaru hissed. You know, I'm beginning to get fed up with your orders. Nikito said, and if I remember correctly, you agreed to let me rebuild my tribe when I joined you. What's your point? Well, where's my tribe? Nikito asked, if I find that you've deceived me, I will kill you myself. Nikito, do not forget that it was through me that you became a powerful shinobi. Orochimaru hissed at the armored man. That may be true, but with that Kabuto now I see no reason to stay here with you. Nikito responded, I simply wanted more power to be able to bring my tribe back to glory. You dare to defy me? I sure as hell do. Nikito formed some hand seals. Yugendan no Jutsu, lava bullet technique. He spewed out pellets of lava at Orochimaru, but missed each time. Instead, he hit several glass vials that were on a table next to the pale-skinned Sannin. What Nikito didn't know was that the liquids in the vials were highly flammable. When a lava bullet hit the liquid, it bursted into flames, created a large wall of fire between him and Orochimaru. Nikito. Orochimaru screamed past the loud explosions and the crackling of fire. Have fun cleaning this up. Nikito smiled with EIVL delight, I have my own agenda now. He turned and left the room, making his way through the hall and to the exit of the hideout. The next day, the team got up early and prepared for their journey to the hideout. With the time they left, they were close to the place, at the point where they were finally clear of the forest and into open land. The team had finally reached a point where Jugo mentioned would lead to 2 different entrances to the hideout. Up ahead, several miles away, they could see a small mountain. That must be the hideout, Yamato said. Okay, we'll split up into 2 teams. Kakashi instructed. I'll lead Neji, Ino, Shino, and Shikamaru. Yamato will lead Naruto, Sakura, Sai, and Hinata. Hi. The team split and went their ways to the separate entrances. Yamato's team went up to the cliffs to their upper-level entrance. Remember, Sasuke may be here, so be prepared for a fight. Yamato said, and Naruto, be careful of your actions. If we run into Sasuke, I don't want you acting on your own. I know, Naruto said. Team Snake, or now, Team Snake -1 member finally reached the entrance to Orochimaru's base. Since both each of them have been here before, they knew where the entrances out of exits to the hideout were. Considering their location, they looked for the entrance, which was by a cliffside. Once they found it, Sasuke performed a seal that opened the pathway. You 2 stay here, Sasuke said. Why? Sugetsu asked. It's not like anyone's gonna come. Don't doubt Naruto. He's a persistent bastard. Sasuke said, I need you 2 to stay out here and make sure he doesn't come inside. Fine. Sugetsu groaned in disgust. As he watched Sasuke disappear into the darkness of the hideout, Sugetsu plopped to the ground. Man, that guy really sucks balls. Don't talk about him like that, Sugetsu. Karen snapped. Jesus, even when he's not around, you still suck up to him like a fangirl. Sugetsu frowned. You know, after 3 years of having you around, I'm getting really sick of it. As Karen turned around to swing a punch, a sudden aura of chakra got her senses. Someone's coming. No wait, we've got 5 people coming. Perfect, a fight. I can finally case something. Sugetsu got up and gripped the handle of his giant sword. From the distance, Yamato's group approached the entrance to the hideout. As they saw the entrance, they also saw 2 people standing outside. Password please, Sugetsu asked with a joking grin. These 2 must be the other members Jugo mentioned. Yamato said. What do you have, Neji? Kakashi asked. Someone is approaching from our west side. Neji said. His Byakugan was activated as he scanned the area around them. The person is carrying a large amount of chakra with intense heat. Nikito. Kakashi recognized the heat from anywhere else. They looked to their left and sure enough, Nikito appeared from behind a large stone pillar. Well. It's been a while since we last met. Nikito, I should have guessed it was you. Kakashi said. I'm not going to let you get away from me this time. Nikito grinned. I'm going to have all your heads. Although it'll mean nothing compared to the trophies I lost because of our first encounter. Be careful everyone. Kakashi instructed his team. Remember, he can unleash lava. Oh, so you're no longer surprised by my powers? Nikito asked. Well, looks like I'm not doing my job right. He put his hands together for a rabbit seal. May the power of the Oni Lord grant me the strength to smite our enemies, and mine. He then s his palm to the ground, Yugenshin Henge no Jutsu, lava god transformation technique. From his hand, a small puddle of lava appeared and slowly began to get larger. Eventually, the lava expanded and consumed Nikito into the lava. What was that? Ino asked. Neji, what do you have? Neji looked carefully at the large lava pool, but then changed his look to a look of fear. Oh no. The lava suddenly splashed up. The team quickly jumped away from the splash just in time. When the splashing stopped, the pool of lava slowly began to rise. It then began to take form of a large being with arms and a head. The giant lava beast then opened its eyes and looked down at the team. The beast reared its head back and then roared loudly at the Konoha ninjas. What kind of jutsu is this? Kakashi asked in shock. The Konoha shinobi now had to face one of the greatest challenges yet, a jutsu that had made Nikito larger than a high summoning. Along with massive size, it was a giant lava beast. Sugetsu and Karen stood, facing the Konoha shinobi, both appearing to not look like they were wanting to fight. So you must be Naruto. Karen said, I can see why Sasuke talks about you a lot. She then did something that no one in the entire group expected. She winked at him. I have to say, you're much cuter than him. Naruto immediately straightened up from his stance with a deep red tinge on his face. What the hell? You just shut up. Sakura yelled, "That's not gonna distract us from our goal." "And what goal would that be?" Sugetsu asked. "You want to find Sasuke, but he doesn't want you to." "That seems pretty one-sided to me." Sai stared at the two, observing anything that could lead to a surprise attack from him, but when his eyes were fixed on Karen, something clicked. "Wait, you." He nervously raised a finger at her. "Huh." She looked at Sai in question. "Do I know you?" When she looked carefully at him, she immediately recognized him. "Oh right, you're the guy they gave the codename, Sai, to." She then laughed. "What a surprise that I would find you here. What was the problem? Was Route too dull for you? Was the no emotions rule getting to you?" "You know her?" Naruto asked. "Yes. She was originally a new member to Route." Sai answered. "In Route, you're not supposed to have any more emotions, for emotions would hinder a mission." Karen refused to get rid of her emotions and demanded to quit, but because she was already in the division, they couldn't let her, so she ran away. "That's right, and I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you," Karen said, remembering her past. "Wait, then does that mean she was once a member of Konoha?" Naruto asked. "Wait, even I didn't know that," Sugetsu said. "Well, you did know that Sasuke and I had a history," Karen said. "I thought that history started right when he joined Orochimaru," Sugetsu said. "You know, the night-time thing." "Sugetsu, don't you dare." Karen ran at him ready with a fist, but Sugetsu blocked it with his sword. "What's going on?" Sakura asked herself. One night, about a few weeks after Sasuke met Karen, she did something to him. Something, arousing almost, well for her. Sugetsu grinned a grin of evil delight. "What?" Sakura's eye twitched in contained rage. "What did you do to Sasuke-kun?" "Sugetsu, shut up," Karen yelled. "She gave Sasuke a blowjob while he was sleeping." Sugetsu finally blurted out Karen's darkest secret. Naruto staggered back dumbstruck. Is this really the time for that kind of information? Shikamaru slumped. Sakura couldn't hold it in. Despite not having her infatuation for Sasuke anymore, she still couldn't handle another girl going for him. Karen crossed the line completely with her sick-ass nature. She ran at Karen, hand back and ready to punch. As she ran, Sai stood in her way to stop her. "Don't. She's not your concern," Sai said. "She's been my responsibility. Yours. My brother and I were assigned to get her back after she escaped from Route. He had a way to allow himself and anyone else to approach Karen without being noticed by her ability, and I had the skills to subdue her." Sai went on. "Unfortunately, she got away from us when Orochimaru came in. And it's such a shame that your brother had to the next day." Karen smirked. "Poison does that to people." "Poison?" Sai asked. His face was now giving a look of confusion. "My brother from an illness. That was how the poison worked, moron." Karen answered. "I knew that if he survived our encounter, he would know where to find me and get to me just as easily as before." "You mean, you?" "That's right." Karen smiled. "I'm responsible for your brother's illness. Him." A moment of silence surrounded the entire gathering. No one said a single word, with the Konoha shinobi staring at Sai in what appeared to be pity. Karen and Sugetsu smiled, almost taunting Sai. After a moment, Sai reached for the short sword on his back and pulled it out. "I will." His eyes suddenly did something that no one has ever witnessed. His eyebrows slanted and creased, showing the rage inside him. "Ku." He ran at Karen, planning to drive the sword into her heart. Sai ran forward, ignoring the calls of his teammates. With Karen in front of him, he knew it would be easy. As he came closer, Sugetsu appeared behind him and swung his large sword, but before the giant blade hit Sai, Naruto appeared and blocked the blow. Not bad," Sugetsu said. "That sword belonged to Zabuza Momoki." Naruto said, "I'm going to give it back." "Well then, you're just gonna have to kill me." Sugetsu smiled, showing his razor teeth. The two struggled for dominance in the stalemate of them pushing with their blades. Doton, Doryu Juheiki, Earth Release, Earth Flow Rampart. Kakashi his hands together for the Tiger Seal. The earth beneath him and his group slowly rose up to a higher plane. Doton, Doroku Geishi, Earth Release, Earth Shore Return. Kakashi his hands into the ground and formed a wall of the very earth he stood on. This defensive wall was made just in time as a burst of lava hit the wall. How do we go up against that? Shino asked, standing as close to the wall as possible to avoid any splashes of lava. I can try and control him. Ino suggested. I think I might have enough power for it. No, don't, Shikamaru said, it's not worth the risk. If it fails, we can't promise that we'll keep your body safe in time. The only way to eliminate lava is to drown it, Kakashi said, but where is he gonna get water? They are in a barren wasteland. Neji, try and see if there is any sign of water down below. Hi, Byakugan. Neji scanned the area beneath him carefully and deeply. There's water down there, but it's so far down. It'll be enough for me, Kakashi said, but I'll need you all to try and keep his focus off of me. Kakashi retracted the large wall that blocked the lava. The area was now covered in magma and the lava beast that was once Nikito still stood large. I'll give you all places to run, but stay on the move. Doton, Doryu Juheiki. Kakashi summoned the earth from below to rise up on many different areas of the battlefield, each was at a distance that allowed the others to jump to and run around. Go. The team scattered while Kakashi stayed in place to prepare for something. The three split off to try and keep Nikito's attention on, did his best with his bugs to hover around Nikito and block his sight as much as possible, while the other two constantly threw kunais and shurikens. On many occasions, Nikito caught sight of Kakashi, but became distracted soon afterwards before being able to attack. Kakashi had his eyes closed for the entire time, focusing hard on preparing for his plan. Now, everyone, get back here. He waited for everyone to run back to his location before his attack. Mangekyo Sharingan. He jumped up to the sky and focused his point on the ground directly in front of the lava beast. Thanks to training, Kakashi didn't need too much time to create the vortex. Once the vortex formed, it consumed a large portion of the ground, creating a giant hole. Nikito's large lava body began to fall into the hole, now being trapped. This is it, Kakashi said, close to water, perfect for the final strike. Sai continued to S at Karen, focusing all his rage into each swing, but none touched her. This didn't stop him as he continued to expend his rage into each swing of his sword. Sai made one last attempt to try and S at her face, but he missed again. Karen hit the hand away and Sai lost his grip on the sword. Instead of reacting to how he lost his weapon, he spun around and punched Karen in the face. She staggered back from the punch. You bastard, you actually hit a girl. Karen grabbed her nose. What a colossal move. Shut up. Sai rammed his shoulder at Karen and forced her on the ground. I've never seen him so angry before. Sakura said, this isn't like him at all. With Karen down below Sai, she was now at his mercy. Sai raised his fist and S it down at her face, the rage still in his eyes. With each blow, small traces of B formed on Sai's knuckles and a painful sound from Karen came. Sai stood over her, with eyes filled with revenge. As Karen pulled herself up, she supported herself with her arms. Sai, stop, Sakura said, but he didn't listen. Sai continued to punch Karen's face. Emotions weren't really expected in this mission. Sai never thought he would end up getting his emotions back, but now that he found his brother's K, he couldn't control his anger. Sai. Yamato ran up behind Sai and held him back, putting his arms under Sai's armpits and over to the back of his head and locking them in place. He then stepped back, pulling Sai away from Karen. What are you gonna do now? Karen asked, are you gonna K me? You do, you're no better than me. You're right, Sai answered. He pulled himself off from Yamato's grip. I would be no better, which is why I'm going to let you live. He sheathed his blade back. I'm going to have you taken back to Root. I'll let them deal with you. He turned to walk back to his teammates, who were relieved to see that he spared her life. No, Karen whispered to herself, I won't go back there. Karen got up. Though her left arm was broken, she was still able to hold a kunai with her right hand. I'm not going back to Root. She ran at Sai, who had his back turned. Sai, look out, Sakura yelled. Sai looked back and saw that Karen was right behind him with a kunai. Immediately, Sakura pulled Sai's sword out, pulling the blade and shoving Sai aside. She swung the short sword, which left behind a stream of B. The B splattered on her face and clothes. Karen stood in front of her with a deep S at her T and a look of shock on her face. She tried to say something, most likely a cursing word, but before she could, she fell to the floor. Suten, Taketsubo no Jutsu, water release, waterfall basin technique. Kakashi performed the jutsu, while standing just at the edge of the giant hole. From the walls of the hole, water began to leak out from inside. In time, those leaks grew into a large stream of water and that grew into a waterwall. The water splashed on the giant lava monster, creating a large amount of steam. Is it over? Ino asked. The lava monster roared as the hole slowly began to be filled with more water. Its body was starting to solidify from the cold water. The monster continued to roar as it slowly disappeared into the water. Kakashi fell on his bottom and sighed in relief. You did it, Kakashi-sensei. Ino screamed in delight. Suddenly, the water splashed and a giant hand emerged. It slowly came down upon Kakashi. Look out! Neji yelled. Kakashi knew he had no chance to escape from the giant hand, but then it began to fall slower and slower. Eventually, the hand was merely inches away from Kakashi when it came to a sudden stop. The lava hand solidified to a rock-hard surface. Kakashi sighed with relief. It was over. We're done here. Kakashi got up and walked back to his team, but Neji's expression wasn't too comforting. What is it? Kakashi asked. He's not gone yet, Neji said. His chakra is still flowing like a living person. The giant hardened hand slowly began to crack and leak out small streams of lava. The hand then broke free from its solid prison and reformed into a giant lava beast. How? Kakashi asked. The giant beast roared once more as they all prepared for round 2. The sound of metal on metal clanged like the sound of an offbeat drum. Naruto S with powerful blows, creating a combination of sparks and furious wind. He is at a disadvantage at the moment. His opponent had a much larger blade than him, meaning a bigger defense and a stronger offense. But this meant nothing to him. All he cared about was the fact that Sugetsu stole Zabuza's sword from his very grave. To him, that was simply unforgivable. As Naruto continued to attack, he finally saw an opening. He took the chance and swiped his blade horizontally, having the blade meet with the N. Naruto stood triumphant as Sugetsu's head fell off the N, but something didn't seem right. There was no B anywhere, and when the head hit the ground, it suddenly splashed. Nice move. Sugetsu's voice sounded like he was submerged in water. From his N, a mass of water formed and took shape of a new head. Such a shame you didn't know what I could do. Naruto sheathed his katana. Clearly, simply S at him is going to get him nowhere. He pulled his arms out of his shirt, letting it hang around him. He then focused his chakra, causing the seal on his stomach to appear. What's this now? Sugetsu asked. You think S down's gonna make you faster? Naruto looked back at Sugetsu. All talk and no walk. That's what makes you weak. Naruto then charged a full-force chakra through his body that caused him to burn inside. He stayed to fight the pain as it intensified. Once he reached the pinnacle of restraint, he screamed in pain as his body started to glow with fiery chakra. He then thrusted his palms down to the ground and a large explosion consumed him. When the dust settled, Naruto stood in his fox hybrid form. Naruto, Kun. Hinata stared at Naruto with eyes widened as far as she could. The sight of Naruto with the many tails brought back memories of the past. She remembered of how she saw Naruto in his monstrous transformation that nearly killed her. Stay back, Naruto yelled to Hinata. Remembering her promise to him, Hinata backed far away from Naruto, joining the others. Shikamaru stared at Naruto in surprise. What happened to him now? He asked. His chakra is definitely the Kyuubi's. Yamato sensed the chakra that Naruto was emitting, but it doesn't feel dangerous or threatening at all. Sugetsu s his sword at Naruto, but his clawed hands caught the blade with no ill effect. Naruto pulled the blade off of Sugetsu's hands and s at him. Like before, Sugetsu simply splashed around and reformed. You're a pretty slow learner. Sugetsu mocked. You can't kill me like that. Water can't be sea. Maybe not. He slowly approached Sugetsu, but it can burn. He grabbed Sugetsu's shirt and lifted him up. It's time you feel the wrath of a Yuma. The strongest of them all, fear the power of Kyuubi. As Sugetsu struggled to break free from Naruto's grip, he started to feel a burning sensation on his face. Witnessed by everyone around them, Sugetsu's body was slowly steaming up and going on to evaporate. Naruto's chakra grew around him as steam surrounded them both. No. Sugetsu struggled even more. Stop. Please. I don't want to s. Naruto gave no response. He simply laughed as Suigetsu burned away into a cloud of steam. All that was left of him began to drift away with the wind, along with a scream of pain that was coming from the cloud. With Suigetsu left to nothing but steam, Naruto had no more use of the Kyuubi transformation. He looked back and saw that those who haven't seen this form before were now terrified. He saw that Hinata was at the point of fear that she was going to cry. Hinata. Naruto's voice wasn't his own. Each breath came out as a low growl and each inhale sounded as though he was in rage. The chakra cloak around him shrank, now being nothing more than a thin layer around his body. Hinata slowly and cautiously walked towards Naruto. She watched as he extended a hand out, to which she reached out to touch it. As soon as their fingers touched, everyone was able to see that point on Naruto's fingertip change back into human skin. The orange chakra slowly faded from that point, leaving Naruto back to his original form. Hinata threw herself at Naruto in relief. I'm so sorry, Hinata. I didn't mean to scare you like this. I'm just glad you're alright. Hinata closed her eyes and let one tear fall. We can't stall. Yamato said, Sasuke is still in there and we might lose him. Wait. Naruto went to pick up Zabuza's blade. Please, take this. He gave it to Yamato to carry. This blade belongs to someone, and I want to return it when we're done with this mission. Sasuke made his way out of the room he had just entered. He had a look of disappointment on his face. Well, it wasn't easy to notice that he was disappointed, considering he rarely smiled and he always seemed disappointed. Still nothing. Sasuke muttered in disappointment. Where would Orochimaru have information about Akatsuki? He walked through the halls to head back to where he left Karen and Suigetsu. Sasuke. What the? Sasuke looked down the corridor and saw Naruto running towards him, followed by Sakura, Hinata, Sai, and Yamato. How did they get past Karen and Suigetsu? He needed to stop them, by any means. He remembered how he escaped the last time they were after him. Last time, he broke through the ceiling and made his escape with Orochimaru and Kabuto. Sasuke saw that as a possibility for escape. He blasted his way through the hideout, causing a large portion of the hideout around him to be broken through. Sasuke jumped to the top of the rubble and ran off, not realizing that he was heading to the edge of the cliff. When he looked forward, he stopped in his tracks when he noticed his path came to a sudden stop. Sasuke. Sasuke looked back and saw that Naruto was standing alone. Apparently, the explosions didn't hold him back. With Sasuke at the edge of the cliff, the only way out was to fight back. Well, looks like we finally see each other face to face, Naruto. We still have a score to settle. Naruto growled. Then bring it, Sasuke said with strong confidence. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.